In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate, peace be upon you, all my dear students. It's me, Khalid Al-Ayat, with you from English for Me series. Welcome back again. Grade 10, Semester B. We come to the last part, which is the most interesting part here, the project. It's very easy. Okay, discuss. Majid created a comic strip called A Whisper from a Wolf. Read the comic strip and answer the questions below. We are going to answer these 6 questions. Who are the characters in the story? What's the setting of the story? What happens during the climax of the story? What is the message of the story? 5. Did the wolf really whisper to Saeed? Number 6. Do you like this comic strip? Why and why not? Now, let's get started. A Whisper from a Wolf. As you can see in this picture, Hamoud and Saeed were walking through a dark and gloomy forest at night, in the evening. So he's saying, we shouldn't walk in the forest at night. Oh, are you scared? Suddenly the friends hear a rustling noise. What was that noise? Suddenly, a huge black wolf with teeth as sharp as knives appeared. The friends looked for a way to escape. Run! Run! Look out! Look out! Hamoud climbed a tree and left his friend Saeed. Left him in the ground. Let's climb this tree. I don't know how to climb. I don't know how to climb. Then Saeed remembered that wolves don't like dead things. He lay down and held his breath, as you can see. Saeed stayed as still as a stone as the wolf sniffed his head, became near. He is sniffing. The wolf is sniffing Saeed. Then the wolf walked away. The wolf walked away. At the end of the story, what did the wolf whisper to you? What did the wolf whisper to you? Hamoud is asking Saeed, what did the wolf whisper to you? What did he say? He told me to keep away from friends like you. He told me to keep away from friends. Of course, the wolf didn't whisper, didn't say anything to Saeed. But his friend Hamoud wasn't a good friend. He left him while he was in trouble. This is the moral of the story. We move back to the 6 questions. Who are the main characters in the story? Hamoud, Saeed, and the wolf. What is the setting of the story? Setting, it means the place and the time. A dark gloomy forest at night. Number 2. Number 3. What happens during the climax of the story? A wolf appears and the boys have to escape, but Hamoud climbs a tree and leaves Saeed. Saeed played dead, and the wolf sniffs him and then walks away. Number 4. What is the message of the story? Don't abandon your friend. Don't leave your friend. at challenging times. They should unite and face the wolf. They should together face the wolf and fight the wolf bravely. They should help each other. Number 5. Did the wolf really whisper to Saeed? Of course not. Because wolves don't speak. The wolf could have been a talking animal that gave Saeed an important message, or said could have pretended and made up message himself, because he was angry at Hamoud for leaving him, for abandoning him. Abandon, it means to leave him. Do you like this comic strip? Of course, yes. It gives me clear illustration because it was very clear. Okay, we move to page 13. Activity number 2. Listen to Majid talking about how he created his comic strip. Choose the correct option, A or B, to complete each sentence. Okay, now you read these 5 sentences and try to predict the answers before you listen. You have 2 minutes to read these 5 sentences.
Listening 1.6.
I really love creating comic strip stories. The first step in creating a comic strip story is thinking about the plot of the story. Comic strips are made up of panels. A panel is like a square or section of the comic. Each panel contains one illustration. My comic about Hamoud and Saeed has 8 panels. Once I have thought of a plot, I decide how many panels my comic strip will have. Each panel contains one illustration and a description of the event shown in the illustration. If the characters say something, we use a speech bubble instead of using direct or reported speech. Have you noticed that comic strips do not use many words? This means you have to think carefully about how to communicate the story clearly using the pictures, descriptions and speech bubbles. I always make a plan for each panel of my comic before I draw the final version.
Now you have to listen again to the tape script and answer these questions. Pause the video and listen again. We move to the answers of this exercise. Number 1. The first step is creating a comic strip, thinking about setting or plot of the story. Very good. The plot. Comic strips are made up of panels or events, which are sections that contain one illustration. Very good. Panel, as he said. A whisper from a wolf has 8 very good panels. Panels, this is a panel, okay? This paper is a panel, has 8 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 illustrations, panels, okay? This is what's meant by panels. Made up of panels. Panels in a comic strip contains illustrations, descriptions of events, and speech bubbles. Very good. Comic strips have fewer words. He speaks less than other types of stories. Thank you very much for following me. See you later, alligator, in the next video, inshallah. Thank you. Goodbye.